So there's a couple things about reading the room. There's a difference between being able to read the room and then doing that. And then there's reading the room and then not caring. So you might read the room and be like, oh, I shouldn't do this or I should do this other thing. But then you do it anyway.
So maybe that's the difference between America and Japan?
Yeah, I think when we talk about reading the room, I've known a lot of Americans that can't read a room. There's a lot of Americans that can. Like, I think I read a room okay. A lot of the friends that I've had are pretty good, but some people, yeah, you start talking to them and like, they start talking about crazy things and everyone like kind of like looks at them and is like, what? But they keep going. Yeah, they keep going. And it's, I mean, it's common. If they're talking about something that nobody else wants them to talk about,
But they do.
they might know that nobody else wants to talk, but they'll do it anyway. So there's those types of people too.
Yeah, maybe Japanese people read the room very carefully and they will follow that air.
Yeah, I think the Japanese are better at.
Maybe that's have something with the safety in Japan, maybe.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like a lot of fights in America start because people don't read the room. Like someone will start talking about something political and everyone will be like, no, obvious not to talk about it, but they'll keep going. And then that can start like either like an argument a lot of times or like maybe even an actual fight.
Let's say there is an elevator with some people in it. They are almost closing the door. Can you reopen the door to get in? Personally, I would wait until it goes and comes back again for some reason.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. So if the door elevator closes, like I'll wait.
Oh, so you're like reading the room.
Yeah. So like if it starts to close and it gets really close, I won't try. A lot of people in America won't do that too. But also, funny, the door close button on American elevators, I don't think it works. So if you push a door close button in an elevator in Japan, like the doors close, like quick. In America, if you push it, they don't do anything.
Why do you think that's the function?
I think so people don't push it so they can be alone. Someone might go into an elevator and there might be a line and they might just close it so that nobody else can get in. So I like that about Japanese elevators. It's like shut, good.
In Japan, when we are like junior high school students, we kind of stop raising our hands because we feel embarrassed to stand out, even when we know the answer.
Is that common in America?
Okay, so this is how I felt. I do think a lot of students in the US feel the same way.
Oh, really?
Because I was good at math. So like I always knew the answer in math. So you always answering the question is like, yeah, it kind of feels narcissistic. Like, look at me, I know the answer, I still know the answer. And the other thing is it doesn't help any of the other students because your classmates, maybe one of them knows the answer, but because you're faster, they don't have a chance to seem smart. No, raising your hand is still really common in American schools. Usually the teacher will wait, so like 5 people will raise their hand and they'll pick someone. And even if you don't, they might still pick you. But yeah, a lot of students don't like doing it a lot. So if you've answered 5 questions in a class, you're kind of done.
So you guys have that kind of feelings too?
Yeah, in this case, that would definitely be a reading the air kind of feelings. It's also a good way to avoid answering questions. If you know you have a teacher that picks kids that don't raise their hand, then you can raise your hand to pretend to know the answer, and they won't pick you. So you do play those games in school where you maybe try to like lean and not be seen, or like hide behind the kid in front of you so that they don't call on you.
Interesting.